Warning. Remember, the following video in front of you is a theory. All just speculation, none of it is confirmed. Thank you for watching. Hello ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? And welcome to my newest series, Skull Lore Theories. So, basically right now we're going to be talking about theories in Skullgirls lore. So, we're going to get into one of my theories that I've actually been keeping a closely guarded secret to a surprise for Super Skullgirls RPG, a game that I've been working on for a little while, and right now I feel like I should come out with it. This theory is whose Filia's parents are. If you're wondering, well, how important could that be? Well, think about it. This is going to explain a lot about Filia and her backstory, and even why Pinwheel was selected. A lot of theories are going to be thrown out here, and remember, this is all speculation. So, tell me if you agree or disagree with me in the comments below. Let's get right on into this. So, let's start out right from the beginning. Parasol's mother was the Skullgirl. That's commonly known, and she used Skullheart's power to stop the war, blah, yada yada yada. She had to die somehow. Right. So, Parasol's father would be like, hey, you know what, I don't want this happening again. I'm going to start up the labs. Lab 8 and Lab 0. They're started up, they're doing well, they're making anti-Skullgirls weapons, all that good stuff. But Lab 0 takes things a little bit too far. They do things that are, well, not that great for public relations. So people are, you know, outcrying. They're like, hey, don't fund Lab 0 anymore, it's too extreme. Keep funding Lab 8, but don't fund Lab 0. So the king now can't fund Lab 0, even though it is going to extremes, it is giving out results. So now the king is deciding how else is Lab 0 going to be funded, since he can't fund it himself anymore, or else there could be a bunch of chaos in the kingdom because of people seeing him funding a corrupt thing. So what he would do is he would go to the Medici Mafia, and basically he would say, hey, if you guys fund this lab, then I'm going to let you get away with some crimes. I'm going to let you have a little bit more power. And that's how the Medici Mafia rose to power. Is they had to fund Lab 8, and they have to go searching out on the Skullheart whenever they can. So it's a win-win. The king gets his lab still working, and the Medici Mafia gets a PR thing with them hunting down the Skullgirl as well. So that's actually a really good thing for them. Now it's actually going to keep going now. So with the Cantiello family, the Skullheart shows up at the Cantiello family party at Squilly's mom's birthday, and the Medici Mafia just somehow, you know, they know that this random person's going to bring the Skullheart. They just know. Double probably never even told the Medici Mafia any of this, because that would kind of interfere with her plans with Skullheart. So this random person just shows up, and the Medici Mafia immediately knows. You're probably thinking, wow, that's a pretty big loophole, but wait a second. Think about it. Brain Drain probably made some sort of Skullheart detection system. Makes sense. I mean, he needs to know when the Skullheart's active, so then he can send out his weapons. And since he's working with the Medici Mafia that's funding them, they would of course go after Skullheart. Now, then they take out the Cantiello family, seeing how they would probably be using the Skullheart. They take it out. You know, Skullheart activates on Selena's mother, and the Skullgirl is destroyed. And even though in Big Band's story you can see that Ben is arresting some girls in bunny outfits, they're let go. The murderers of the Cantiello family, they are let go out of just being arrested. And you gotta think, that's not just police corruption, that can also be corruption from the government telling them, hey, you gotta let these things slide with the Medici Mafia. So they're now able to get away with becoming now the most powerful family and mafia of the whole entire Canby Kingdom, and a huge power, and this is great for them. This is great for either side. The Skullgirl has been stopped. It's been proven that the Medici Mafia is doing well. They stopped a Skullgirl all by themselves. Great. So the King's gonna let that continue. And the Medici Mafia is still doing some more PR things. They're doing blood drives, as we've seen with Eliza's story, that Eliza's been stealing blood. So they are really into trying to keep up their good and saintly image for some people. And some people do believe that, like Sarabella believes in it. But now we're going to go back a little bit further. So, Brain Drain inventing a skull heart detection thing. Now, you can think that Brain Drain, now working with the Medici Mafia, wants them to believe in him more, and Brain Drain's with his methodical mind and thinking a little bit more strategically. A perfect way to get the Medici Mafia on his side is to marry into it. So, Brain Drain marries into the Medici Mafia, and the father of Filia is Brain Drain. Now, I don't know who the mother of Filia would be, but the father of Filia right now in this speculation is Brain Drain. And this also all connects together as well because, as you see in Lorenzo, he's in an extremely sickly state. There is really no reason that he should still be alive right now, unless Lab 8 is actually helping him keep him alive. Lab 8, with Valentine, is helping Lorenzo stay alive as a favor. It's a family favor. And think about this. How does Lorenzo know about the life gem? How does Lorenzo know about this? Well, Brain Drain probably. In his research, he probably figured out what a life gem is. In his research of trying to figure out how to create false symbiote, false parasites, and things like that. Probably told Lorenzo about the life gem. And that creates trust between the two, and that's why Lorenzo, even in that super sickly state where he should by all means be dead by now, is kept alive because of Valentine and Brain Drain. So, Brain Drain is the father of Filia. But you're wondering, okay, that's great, so Brain Drain is the father of Filia, that explains a good amount. But how does this relate to Painwheel? Now, a lot of people like to think that Painwheel and Filia were good friends before, you know, the whole entire Painwheel situation, but let's actually move it over. Let's say that Filia was the popular girl, the bully to Carol. Let's say that Carol is bullying, Filia's bullying Carol and, makes her really depressed, makes her want to run away a ton of times, maybe even she attempted running away. Her parents are used to this, right? So, you're wondering, okay, that's okay. I mean, I would like them to be friends, but I guess that's okay. But why is that important? But let's go back for a little bit, and let's talk about that blood drive, right? So, the Medici Mafia, they are into medicine. They are into that medicine right now. So, let's imagine for a PR thing, they start giving out free flu shots to people. Or to schools, free flu shots to all public schools. And as a test to see for Brain Drain's newest project, he takes a little bit of the Skullheart's blood. If you don't know, Painwheel's has actually the Skullheart's blood flowing in her, allowing her to have 2 parasites on her. So he takes a little bit of the Skullheart's blood and he puts it in the vials of a fake vaccine, a fake flu shot. So that goes to, all the public school children, and it tests it, and whoever gets sick, the Skullheart's blood is not using correctly, and that shows, they can't use that kid. So Carol could be one of the only ones that didn't get sick. But what makes Carol so important is that she is depressed at school. Filia with her bullying, has made her want to run away a bunch of times, and she might have even run away. So being kidnapped kind of look like she's just running away again. So basically, Filia's bullying, after learning that Carol's blood, he is able to host the Skullheart's, blood, or Carol's body is able to host the Skullheart's blood and not get sick by it, or not, be injured by it, they steal her. They kidnap her. And this is important, because Filia's bullying, none of the kids really cared. Nobody cared about Carol because Filia's bullying. Nobody really cared. They're all like, great, she's gone, thank goodness. And her parents are like, she ran away again, and things like that. Or, she ran away again, she'll be back soon, I hope. things like that. Now you're wondering, okay, how does this relate into Filia losing her memory? You said that at the beginning of the video, and it's almost 10 minutes long right now, so tell me how. Let's say this. Since Filia is Brain Drain's father, since Brain Drain is Filia's father, let's say that Filia stumbled into Brain Drain's lab one day. She has the means to do it. She would be living in the same house as Brain Drain. She stumbles into Brain Drain's house one day and sees that Brain Drain is experimenting on Carol. Now, seeing this could make Filia feel so bad for maybe bullying her to running away, or maybe even not even seeing this. Maybe she felt so bad about making Carol so depressed that she ran away and didn't even come back, and then seeing that Carol is in such pain or something like that with Pain Wheel, she would, of course, want to lose her memory. And in one of the alternate endings to Skullgirls, if you do not know, is that Filia wishes for her memory back instead of wishing for Carol to be better. She wishes for her memory back, and Samson says, "Wait, Filia, no, don't. You told me to." And that basically means that Filia asked Samson to erase her memory. That could be the reason why she asked Samson to erase her memory. Now, a couple questions is, well, how did Filia get Samson? Now, this could be a little bit of a weak explanation. I haven't really fully delved into this, but it could have been a family heirloom going down to Filia. Now, this actually kind of makes sense, and it's actually kind of a cool idea if you think about it, that Samson was on the Medici family and Leviathan was on the Contiello family. Two different families rivaled each other. That's a little bit of an interesting idea, and it actually correlates with how the two characters feel about each other. They might not have known that they were both of opposite ends of the family, but it would be pretty interesting if that seems to be true, but that's not part of the theory. The theory is, Brain Drain is Filia's father. And that makes a lot of sense when you think about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching all the way through here. So, tell me if you really agree with me on this fact. Do you disagree with me? What do you think could improve this theory? What do you think could really, what other theories do you think I should cover in this series? Do you have any other amazing theories, or theories of your own, that I should cover? So, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.